Hello everybody, my name is Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you something that I like to do when I've been feeling stuck, because God knows I've been feeling stuck lately. This is my Floral Cut and Collage book. I am going to do one of these collage compositions and hopefully that'll help me find my creative juices again. So let's get going. So this book contains a lot of bits and pieces, floral bits and pieces. So they're collage elements that you can cut out and make into your own compositions. So there's flowers, there's a few butterflies, there's leaves, there's vases, there's all kinds of goodies in here. So let's jump in and see what happens. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of cardstock, because that's always good, and I'm going to get some glue and find a couple pairs of scissors. A big pair is usually good, and I also like a little pair or two for fussy cutting. These ones are actually cuticle scissors. They're curved. I don't know if you can see that, which is good, but you have to be aware of that because they don't behave quite exactly the same as other scissors. Yeah, okay, let's see what appeals here. I think maybe I'll start with, let's choose my feature bloom first. So let's see what's in here for a big focus flower. Maybe that one. You can see I've used this book before, but that's totally okay. You know what? Let's go with, ooh, tough choice. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this big sunflower here. So I'm just gonna cut it out. And let's find a few others that we think might go well with that before we get into the leaves and everything. These are like little accent flowers here. I think let's take one of these guys. Ooh. I like these little guys too. I'm going to take those two blue ones. So we got blue, brown, purple. Yeah, yellow's not the right color. Orange is not the right color. Pink, maybe? Let's take maybe these two here. Kind of purpley, pinky ones. So I'm just cutting them out pretty roughly at first, so we can kind of decide if those are the ones that will stay in the composition, not competition. And then we can cut them out more precisely, do the fussy cutting, and see how I want to arrange them. Okay, I think those are my flowers. This might be kind of a muted bouquet, but that's totally cool. Okay, let me pick a vase here. I think I'm gonna go a little bit muted again. Do I want this one or that one? Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with this one. We're gonna keep, no, let's go with this one. So we can keep that kind of muted color palette, but also a little bit of color there too. So cut really carefully in between all of the images. And cut that one out. Of course I had to pick the one in the middle of the page. Because, you know, why make it easy? Okay, and now, oh, I like that. Yes, that was the right choice. Okay, and now let's go see what we have for leaves and stems. Oh, do we want any little guys? Maybe. I'm going to cut out a couple there. Or these ones. Or these ones. You want those ones? Yeah, let's do a couple of these. If we don't use them, we don't use them. But I think they'll be good for little accents. The fun thing about this book is that it's only printed on one side of the page. So whatever you cut out is totally safe. You're not going to cut into anything else in the book. So did that on purpose. All right, back to finding leaves. These are way too bright. These, yeah, these might work. Yeah, too bright. No, I don't think that's right for these. And maybe a butterfly. Let's see how this comes together and then maybe I'll pick a butterfly. I don't think I need any stems for this one though. Besides, these are all too bright. Okay, let's do the fussy cutting. Let's see what we have. This is a great project for when you want something creative, but maybe don't want to be thinking too hard. It's mostly just keeping the hands busy and doing a little bit of composition work. So the way I'm using these curved scissors is I'm actually matching the curve with the scissors to the piece that I'm cutting out. It doesn't work if I did them this way. It just wouldn't work at all. See? It just goes the wrong way. So gotta make sure I have them the right way around. Sometimes it's easier to cut all of one side and then come back the other way and cut all of the other side of the petals. And in this case, I will turn the scissors around to go the other way. Okay, there we go. That's cut out. Okay, and then my vase. I've got this tiny little spot here cut out there, so I'm just going to poke it really carefully, use the tiny scissors I have, and be really slow. Little cuts. You could also use an X-Acto knife for this, but it's just one cutout, and that's easy enough. So okay, so let's get rid of all this extra bits. I don't know if I've actually mentioned where these images come from. So they're actually my own collage material that I use in my fine art, which you can probably see in the background. But they're just carved out of Speedy Cut, which is like a linoleum carving material, and then I stamp them on my gel prints. So I have tons of these that I've made, like this, like this. Let's see if we can find one of the ones I have in this pile here. This one looks like these, but this is a smaller reproduction, but you can see where the image comes from. So anyway, I'm gonna put those away now. Okay, so we have all of our bits cut out. So let's kind of try and find a pleasing arrangement for them. So I'm going to start with the vase, because we all know the vase goes on the bottom. And then start with our focus flower. Oops, where I got a little bit of extra paper stuck there. Okay, so that's our feature flower. This guy tends to work better kind of coming out of the top, just by the angle that it has. And then I'll put these guys kind of around, maybe underneath this guy here. And these two. No, I don't want to cover up that handle. And then this one in here, maybe. So you can kind of just play around with the composition. I don't think I need these ones. And this blue is kind of heavy on that one side, so I'm going to move that over here. Yeah, let's see here. This is kind of fun, but it's also, this is kind of the most challenging part, at least to me, is how does this come together, you know? Okay, I think I want to go with something like this. And we're kind of gonna use these leaves to fill in the gaps a little bit. So they have kind of two directions. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can show you here. So they have two directions. one's going right and one's going left. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. So I'm just going to kind of, we will do it this way. I'll just cover up the top of that vase. And then we'll use these, tuck them under places, stick them out of things. And away we go. I think I got kind of a few too many going one direction, so let me see if I can find some going the other way from that page. These ones are a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So I want them going to the right side. Okay, best way to glue this to start is to start on the things that are in the back and then kind of move your way forward. I'm just going to get a piece of scrap paper here, use for my glue. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one down here, which is the vase. Nice even coating of glue. Put it where I want it. Let's put it right here. Okay, and then I'm just kind of going to build up the composition as I go, kind of from that one point. So, let's see here. And I'm going to kind of stick some leaves under places that look like they need some more attention. Okay. Can overlap things quite a bit. That's also kind of what makes things interesting. This is just paper. If you're worried about using up your pieces, you can always photocopy them beforehand too. The leaves tend to kind of be on the bottom of bouquets. So I'm just going to kind of go with that. Oops, I don't have any glue under this part. And we're just kind of building up, the image. So let's get this guy in before we get too far here. Right here, and then I'll put this one on top. So you want to get all the little edges of the leaves. So I work from the middle and go outwards. That seems to work best because then you don't mess up your edges. Oops, dropped the glue stick. And let's see where we can put this one. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to tuck this leaf under the back. Yeah, let's put it over here. And this guy, do we want to stick him in there too? Yep. So it's easier often to, when you glue them, to cover the whole thing in glue in the back. But then when you put it down on the page, push only the center bit, because then you can actually kind of pick up the petal parts and tuck other things underneath if you want to. So then when you're ready to glue it down, just push them down. You don't have all day though. Even the glue stick kind of dries after a little bit, so you might have to go back in and, you know, give it a little bit more punch. So, all right, and now I got this big gap over here, which is perfect for this one. So we'll put him in there, and I got a few more little leaves that I should add somewhere. Let's put this over here. So I like to do my leaves in groupings a little bit. Sometimes they're good on their own, but sometimes they work better in groups of 2 or 3. Okay, one more. Let's put that on the upside there. Okay, and then we need to glue this guy, these two down. So cover the back, all the petals, stick him under where he wants to go. And I'm going to leave that side up because I'm going to put this leaf under there as well. So little glue, figure out where it wants to be. Let's go that way. And there we go, all glued down. So I'm going to kind of check the little edges a little bit and just add a little bit of extra glue where it needs it, because the glue sometimes dries out a little bit or it just didn't get stuck. So you just can kind of add a little bit more glue and push it down where it wants to go. So there we go. So some of these flowers have little spots that maybe need a little bit more color. So you could use something like a marker if you want, or even pencil crayons. For instance, this part right here, I think it needs a little more definition. So I'm just going to get in there with the pencil crayon, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go with something kind of dark, maybe even a brown, because that's the way my composition is kind of going. Not brown, but just like this darker color. So yeah, I think that'll work nicely. So I tested it on another page to see what the color looked like, and then I can just go in there and add a little bit of, you know, a little bit more color. So you could do that with any one of these. If you wanted more variation on the petals, you could color that in, or here, or you could add, you know, dots in the middle of the flowers or shadows under the leaves, whatever you like. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of grounding. I'm going to not take the focus off of the flowers in the vase, but I'm just going to give this a tabletop to kind of sit on. So I'm going to draw a horizon line, and then just really lightly give it some shade, just to kind of give it something that it's sitting on. It's not just floating in space. So yeah. Oh, butterfly. Let's look and see what we have for butterflies. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that right now. Okay, so the last page in here is my butterflies. So what do we like that maybe fits with this composition? I'm going to go with, you know what, this guy right here actually might work really well. So let's cut that out and put him in there too. Him or her, I don't know, it's butterfly. So just do the quick cut, and then I'll do the fussy cut once I get him out of the page. Okay, turn my scissors around and do the other side, the other curve. There we go. We got a butterfly. So over there, maybe over here. No, not enough space down here. I think I'm going to put him right there. So we'll just put some glue on there. Making sure to get all the edges. And then pop it right there. And look at that. I got a little floral composition. If you want to get a copy of my book, they're available on Amazon. Both Amazon Canada and Amazon.com, and anywhere else in the world. You just find your local Amazon site. So there you go. Floral cut and collage book. Floral elements to cut and collage in your own project. So you can make your own compositions like this, or you could use it in your art journals or scrapbooks, or, you know, whatever you want to do with that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Bye. If you liked this video, you'll probably like the next one, so check it out now.